it's true. I mean, our background, when you talk about healing, you know, immediately we think in our minds this healing is, you know, there is a sickness and the sickness is no longer there. But yet part of that healing process can be through medication.
Sure.
God has given doctors and all those individuals within the medical field wisdom and understanding to be able to create medicines to help physiological needs within our own personal body. So there is that form of healing. You know.
Well, and often people who aren't healed are made to feel like second-class Christians. Like,
and I was going to say,
you know, I know a girl recently. She had cancer and she was trusting God, and somebody went up to her and arrogantly said, "Well, the ball's in your court. God's done what He had to do. What are you going to do about it?" Well,
really,
how ignorant.
Yeah.
How ignorant. As if it's up to her. You know, of course we have to have faith. Of course we have to have trust God. But to put not only are you sick now, but now it's your fault. You know, it's too much to put on people. Just trust God and pray for healing and accept what happens.
Yeah. And even through, if you have medication that works, you still pray for that physical healing. But if medication is what, you know, God through His wisdom is saying, this is what you have to do until I return, then you know what?
One person said to me, well, what did they do in Bible days? And I thought, well, what did they do without glasses? I guess they walked into walls. You know, like...
That's absolutely true.
Like, I'm convinced David was bipolar in the Bible.
So?
I mean,
King David.
King David was bipolar.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he's either writing these psalms like, "Oh God, I wish I was dead.
Yeah.
Why was I born? You know, what are you doing? Have you forsaken me?" And, you know, either that or he's saying, "Oh God, I will praise you with the harp. I will praise you on the flute. I will let everything get his breath. Praise the Lord." You feel like, you know, okay, David, take this little pill. I often think if we had lithium, we would have, you know, lost half the psalms. But, you know,
it's true, though. It's true.
You look at David's Psalms, though, when he's in depression, now I found this helpful before I found medication.
Okay.
When he was in depression, you'd read some of his Psalms where he starts out like, "Why was I born? God, where are you? I'm surrounded by my enemies." But often, halfway through the Psalm, he changes his thinking and he says things like, "Then I entered the sanctuary. Then I entered the presence of God." Or, "Then I recalled the things the Lord has done." And, you know, for years, before I found medication, when I was depressed, when I still could control my thoughts, I would say, "God, I thank you for this, and I'm grateful for this, and I enter your presence," and I would do those things that David did, and I believe that's what kept me alive.
Okay. Wow, wow.
So,
and that is so important.
Oh, it's
so
huge.
important for people to hear and understand. Because there are Bible characters.
If I had never found meds, I would still be here tonight saying...
Kate, and I was going to ask that question, so let me ask this question. You can answer it again. If you never found meds and you carried on in your life, would you still be here tonight with me?
Oh, I started speaking about what joy is 10 years before I found medication. Because I was struggling with this whole thing about, okay, what is joy? The joy of the Lord is my strength. I don't feel joy.
Yeah.
I started studying David and some of the Psalms and some of the scriptures, and I decided that joy isn't a feeling because I can't depend on my feelings.
Right.
But it's an attitude that says, even if you slay me, I will trust you.
Yes.
Even when I can't feel you, I will trust you, I will praise you, and I will be grateful. Now, 80% of the time, that kept me functioning.
Right.
When I got too sick, I couldn't even do that.
Yeah. But at least it kept you to that point.
Do you know what the psychiatrist said to me when I went to him? He was a non-believer. And he said, wow, he said, I haven't had anybody in my office that has been through as many major depressions as you and done so well. And I said, really? I thought I was so weak. He said, no, you've done really well. He said, I put it down to two things. You have a strong character. And he said, and your particular faith seems to have saved your life. Like, hello.
Yeah.
I think that's fabulous. So that's my story. I'd rather the story like, I was healed. But instead, I have a non-Christian looking at me saying, your faith
has given you the hope.
Yeah.
Has given you the hope. Given you the hope. Great.